So just who attends WRS McDonald?
It's visually impaired students, so we have kids ranging from kindergarten all the way up to grade 12. They can stay here till they're 21. And it's all different levels of visual impairment. Some are totally blind, some just have some kind of visual impairment. We also have a deaf blind division. And there's also a lot of other students that have other physical handicaps as well. So.
Okay. And are most of the students from within Brantford or just outside, or is there an application process to get into the school? Or
yeah, there is an application process. Majority of our kids are from outside of Brantford area. We service all of Ontario, so we have kids from all over Ontario coming to us. I would say probably 80% of our kids are staying residents here, so about 20% would be in Brantford, Hamilton area where they come in daily, like a regular school type thing. So, but 80% are in staying residents. So.
And do the students face any constraints like additional fees or trouble with transportation getting here at all?
No, not the students. Basically, each school board, whatever school board they come from, they are responsible for their travel and all that kind of stuff. So, basically, the school board has to provide for the students. If they can't provide it within their school board, they send them to us, and then they look after making sure they get here, get back, and that kind of stuff.
Okay. So what type of leisure or sport programs are offered here?
Well, sports programs, our main ones would be probably swimming, wrestling, goalball, which is a game for blind. We do have some track and field. And is that about it for sports, Robert? I'm trying to think of. I know we do recreational stuff. I'm trying to think of more sports-wise. That's about it for sports, eh? Yeah. So for recreational though, like they will have intramural sports in the gym in the evenings and after schools. Gymnastics, we run a gymnastics club, and so we do the basic gymnastics and that again. More of a recreational type aspect. So yes, especially when you're in the residence, because the residents will run recreational activities through the evenings too. We also have recreational swims in the evenings as well. So.
And you have no trouble finding teachers or coaches to run those? Or?
No, not here. We have a lot of staff that, a lot of the resident staff help out with all that kind of stuff too. And so yeah, no, we don't have a problem.
Is the participation mandatory, or do kids just
No, it's not mandatory.
Do a lot seem to participate, or?
Actually, I guess we can't say that the residence activities may be mandatory.
Yeah.
But joining teams like swim team and that kind of the teams isn't mandatory. But I know the primary, like the junior residences, they're more mandatory when they're running their activities.
Okay.
Seniors is a little bit more, is that correct, Robert?
Yeah.
It's more volunteer optional. So they try to, when they're younger, we try to encourage them for sure. So it's a little bit more mandatory in that sense. Getting people out, teams-wise, it fluctuates. Some years we have a lot of kids that want to participate, other years not as many. So it depends on the kind of kids that are coming to us. And I think it depends also what age they come to us, because sometimes they'll come into us at later ages, like grade 10, 11 type thing. So if they haven't been involved in the past, sometimes it's hard to get them involved.
Right. And are you aware of any programs offered, let's say just in Brantford, for other than at this school, for individuals with a disability?
Well, yeah, there would be other programs, but I couldn't put a list for it right off the top of my head. But for visually impaired, though, probably not.
No.
Well, sorry, I should say that. There's CNIB, like there's a CNIB, and they run. I know they run a summer camp, that kind of stuff. So I don't know I'm not sure if the Boys and Girls Club if they run something.
Was there a reason for just kind of sticking to visually impaired or the blind or deafblind, as opposed to having a school with various types of disabilities? Was there a reasoning, or just kind of happened to be that way?
They started this we are 135, 140 years years old, this
Okay.
school. So back then, a long time ago, they basically set up provincial schools, one for blind, and there's 3 for deaf.
Okay.
So it's just, it was the way it's set up, and it's
Yeah. Is this
continued that way.
the only one in Ontario?
This is the only one in Ontario,
Okay.
and really we're about the only one in Canada,
Okay.
really, but we only really service Ontario.
Neat. So you already talked about the competitive sports. Just a fun fact, is there any history of like major accomplishments within the elite level? Like what you said, the Can-Am Games? Or...
Yeah. Oh no, we've had kids going to, we call it the Paralympics, which is the
Yep.
Olympics for physically disabled. That includes blind, wheelchair, amputee, and cerebral palsy. So those 4 disciplines. So yeah, we've had kids go to the Paralympics through swimming, goalball, track and field. Trying to think if there's any other sports that those are the main ones I would think that we've had quite a few people go to those. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just to name a few things, what are some benefits of the sports programs you've seen? Like, have you seen differences in the students' attitudes and just activity level?
I don't see any. I wouldn't say there's anything different between a visually impaired and sighted. So you get the same benefits.
Okay.
The difference, though, I do see is that visually impaired, especially visually impaired, they don't have the opportunity to just go jump on their bike and ride to the corner store. Go out and just goof around with their friends and get active that way. So to me, structured recreational activities or sports, one or the other, is something that's more important for them to do. Just because they can't just, like I said, they can't just jump on their bike and ride around the streets with their buddies, right? So it is very important that they do have that time where they can get in there and somebody can help them and get some activities.
Right. And do you think has the opportunities for participation in sport with people who have a disability, do you think it has increased over time? Like there are more opportunities, more people are aware now? Do you think we're at the same?
I think that I would say there's more opportunities. I guess it's just trying to find them. Because that's the hard part for some people.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of different organizations out there that do help, like Ontario Blind Sports, and there's the CP Sports. Like all those are just volunteer organizations that help all the different disabilities, flying with clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think there's more clubs that are willing to take the physically disabled or visually impaired. But as Robert said, it's hard when they don't really understand what happens.